Lunchbox is brought to you by Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition and another week of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Lubie looks flummoxed over there, but we're at one of our favorite stops on the Lunchbox tour, the rotation. Gilbert's 17th Street Grill, Jeff Defo, the Forest, and Lenore Gilbert. Lenore is such a Jewish mother. She's like, first of all, she comes in and she's looking at me. She goes, the diet's not working. And then she says, oh, wait, there's no food on the table. How can we start the show? I'm a little bit conflicted. Yes.
Conflicted. All right, whatever.
How are you?
I'm fine. Really good.
How are you?
Really good.
Couldn't be better. Everything's great. I always enjoy this. I know it's a monthly stop, but it's unbelievable. And you think about Gilbert's and what it means to the community and the whole concept of supporting local businesses. Delicious stuff, and can't wait to see the array of food that we're going to scarf down today here at Gilbert's because it's always
We're all
fantastic.
on diets. We're all on diets.
But
this is a nice way to start off the month.
Diet is a four-letter word, right, Lenore?
Yes.
And
okay.
I prefer to use the word lifestyle.
Cut back.
I'm just
Well, an
push back.
80,000 calorie diet. I mean, it's a diet nonetheless.
I did have kind of a big eating weekend, but it was a big celebration weekend with the Panthers making it through to the Stanley Cup Finals and whatnot. And it's also June, which happens to be, Lenore, my favorite month. I've got a birthday. I've got Father's Day. I've got a daughter that's about to fly the coop and start at Florida State, so I'm going to be an empty nester. I've got a lot to celebrate.
Nice.
So I don't know about you. Do you enjoy the summertime? Is it a little bit more laid back?
It's a little bit more laid back. Right now, it's still kind of busy, and we're kind of surprised.
Don't
we're waiting,
complain.
but no, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like it's going to bottom out, but the cruise
Why
ships
would it
are
bottom out here?
Because it slows down. People go back up north. People who have homes up north, they don't stay here for the summer. Cruise ships, thank God, still going out.
They go all year, right?
And they're doing a great business. In comparison to a couple of years ago when there were no cruises. Now these people are going on cruises.
People are making up for lost time during COVID. They weren't traveling. Now we're back to the normal South Florida rhythms where a lot of people do go away. The snowbirds are going back up north and people are traveling and going, whatever.
Yes.
Summer camp. But like you mentioned, people are still coming down here and you have such a
We have
loyal clientele of, locals.
Yeah, people talk about us a lot. There's always a lot of conversations. Like somebody will bring it up and then somebody say, I overheard a conversation and I realized I had to come here because too many people were talking about you.
And they talk about you on the Let's Eat South Florida group,
Right.
154,000 plus, almost 155,000.
Here we go.
And they were talking about you on the Sun Sentinel, had a big burger contest, and it was South Florida wide, Defo. So if it was Broward
It
only,
included Dade County.
they not a lot of representation
There
of
was
Dade,
like zero representation.
but most of the readership of the Sun Sentinel
Look
is
out,
from the Broward and South Palm areas, Boca and Delray, which is why, all right, there were 5 worthy finalists.
Yeah, but I was on TV. That was the most important thing. I was on TV, and that was for the Wine and Food Festival. This thing with the beast, with the burger beast.
Oh, well, okay.
That's what.
Before we get into the Sun Sentinel and their competition,
Okay.
and Defoe's saying it was a rigged election, or
No, I don't know.
No, don't say that, please.
Look,
we like
everybody
Sheffrey's.
that was in there was very worthy of consideration. There's no doubt.
No,
There
we
probably
love
were
Jeffrey.
others, yeah.
We like Jeffrey Eats. Obviously, it's a food truck that has built up quite the following. He does some very creative, very good burgers. I would recommend that you go there and check it out. And
I would like to. That's why I asked you where he was.
He's outside of a brewery called Barrel of Monks in Boca Raton.
So it's off of Glades Road, like
it's off of Yamato Military Trail. You go in and
it's
behind. It's
making
called
around?
Rogers Circle. Put it in your GPS. You can find it. But it's very easy to find Gilbert's right here in the 17th Street Cordova shops.
Yes.
And you were worthy. I think you were runner-up. I think they got thousands of votes. People love.
Well, that's really good. That was really good. I
burgers.
heard there were a lot of people voting, but we had a lot of, even before I understood how many people had heard about it. So many people came in here and mentioned it to me that I wasn't even aware of it because I was still caught up in the thing with the
Burger Month.
Oh, Burger
No,
Month,
a Burger
954
Month,
Burger
Burger
Month.
Month,
Our friends
and-
at Visit
and with the
Lauderdale.
what show was I on? I was on a
Well, you
radio,
were on the
TV.
Deco Drive.
Deco Drive,
Deco Drive, right?
and they
How does that
came in.
compare with being on the Mike Mayo Lunchbox?
Well,
In
they
terms
didn't
of
give me a lot-
recognition,
They
yeah.
didn't give me a lot to talk
I
about.
think it's a trick question.
No,
Did
no,
they
no.
cut you
It
down
was
to?
good. It was good.
We let you talk as freely and as long as you'd like. Here.
Yes.
Look at this. Oh, and now the
Oh,
burgers are
my,
dropping
look
like
out.
they're
Oh,
Look
hot.
God.
out.
Oh,
There it goes.
look
There it
what's
goes,
here.
man.
The
Oh.
sandwich.
This is a
There it
diet
goes.
buster, but
Yeah.
this
Okay.
is my favorite. Why don't
Okay,
you
there's
quickly
one more.
take us through
Okay.
the lineup
this
Ribs
today?
smell sensational.
This is my wife's
by the way.
favorite
I mean,
one.
they're
Yeah, I'm gonna-
unbelievable.
The Brie
Yeah.
burger?
She loves
Okay.
Brie.
Yes.
Why are you taking away my ribs?
There you go.
Defo indicated.
Wait.
Oh no,
he
that
might want
wasn't a
some.
request.
Oh,
But
okay.
go ahead.
All right.
I'd say the aroma is
We'll cut
fantastic.
'em up.
Lenore,
They
yeah.
really are good. This is a Brie burger,
Mm,
Brie cheese, bacon, and crunchy fried onion
fried
straws.
onions on
So
top.
there's two pieces of Brie that are crisscrossed the top of it, and then the crunchy fried onions. We also make that here.
Nice.
Our French fries, lettuce and tomato and pickle always comes on the side. These, of course, are the glorious barbecued ribs.
Barbecue ribs,
We
nice little
actually-
tomato kind of barbecue sauce
It's
glaze.
the chef makes his own barbecue sauce.
And somebody on the group.
We own the dry rub that we use on this,
Mhm.
and we have for years back from the old restaurant.
From the
these-
old
was
Kansas
gonna
City
say,
barbecue.
City, and we still have that same
This
rub.
brings up a good point because one of the laments on Let's Eat South Florida among the ignorant is, oh, you can't find good fill in the blank in South Florida. And
Right.
some people complain about barbecue. Now,
No, that's
barbecue
not true.
has a million styles.
Right.
And so this guy who was complaining is from Kansas City. And I said, oh, well, if you want
Kansas City's
Kansas
tougher.
City, there are certain places that do it well.
Right.
And it came, I forgot that you guys had Kansas City barbecue.
Right.
This looks like a good slab of ribs that you
these are
find
pork. These are pork ribs.
yeah.
I get a lot of customers coming in here. They want to know why we don't make
the St. Louis
beef ribs.
beef rib. Oh, the
beef
beef.
ribs. It just
Lenore,
doesn't
you're not
work.
bringing out more stuff. Are you? What
This is your
what
food
going
unit.
on
Did you
here?
see me carry
Wow.
anything? I didn't carry anything. I
We've
didn't
got a
even get up.
cheeseburger with
Oh,
grilled onions and
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
Oh,
I
that's
think
me.
that's
And then the sweet potato
awesome.
fries.
Defo had.
Yeah.
He's all over that. Let me snag
ahead,
a
move
sweet
it over.
potato one.
This
Sweet
is
potato
delicious.
fries are good.
This tuna, fantastic.
Tuna?
That's the grilled blackened
Wow,
ahi
not great.
tuna.
Got
Wow.
the health options here. We got way too
Yeah.
much food for
Well,
my
you know,
limited.
for a burger
consumption.
restaurant, we sell a lot of fish.
You
They
should.
do a great job with
I mean,
fish.
that's
That
great.
has-
We're
well,
close
great
to the
job with
water, and people.
no, they're not getting fish out of the water here. Hello.
but they're
What is
going on
wrong
cruise
with you?
ships.
You got Lenore in a pair of boots, hip boots,
No, you
going out in
get-
the ocean.
You get
here.
local. You get local fish.
We well,
What's a local fish?
I'm saying you guys
Mahi.
do local. Mahi is a very local fish.
Well,
You guys
mine's
have
the
done
only
tuna. Tuna's a local.
no tuna here is this is sushi grade tuna. Each piece
Okay.
of tuna comes in here sealed in a pouch.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's, okay.
You order it, we open up the pouch.
Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna
Mahi
go
is
out.
a local fish.
Mahi's local, but
And you guys do a
salmon,
great job of Mahi.
salmon here is North Atlantic,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the
Going in.
codfish is also North Atlantic.
making a
You're
mess.
reading on your phone.
I know. Oh my god, I love that
Yeah.
creamy, spicy mayo.
Yeah,
on
Yes.
top,
nice.
The wasabi mayo.
And
Yeah.
irresistible, the sweet potato fries. I mean,
They are,
exceptional.
the sweet potato fries really
You
good.
told us a story about them, but it is amazing how
We
much of a
get a
difference it
lot
makes.
of compliments on them because a lot of people don't get it right, and it took us a while before we found sweet potato fries we liked.
This is not some frozen thing from Restaurant Depot, Mayo. I mean, this
I
is
know.
unbelievable the way they do it. It's fantastic.
Thank
They're
you.
addictive. And every time I come in, and I'm not supposed. She told me that the coleslaw
Is
has
it-
sugar, so I think
Yes.
at this point the sweet potato fries might be better for my diet.
I would grab a
is.
few before
I
I
would
eat them
think
all.
They're
so.
fried, but that is
But
a
they're
good
fried.
carb.
But
I know
that's
they're
better.
potato is a good
but, you
carb.
know, everything in moderation. If I have 3 of these, is it going to kill me?
No,
No, it's the 3 more they're going to have.
That's the next 7.
It's the 2 burgers and the rack of ribs.
How good are those? Oh, and then we didn't even talk about my favorite, the
Okay.
pork sandwich, right?
Roast
The roast pork
on
sandwich.
garlic
All right,
bread.
that calls for a big bite somewhere.
Well,
No?
It's good.
can we all pace ourselves today? It's the beginning of the week.
Right.
We had a great weekend. I did a little travel. I saw an old college buddy in Naples. He was visiting his mom.
Wow.
And then
Nice.
we made a little pit stop, Val and I, on the way back in Weston at this restaurant for a second consecutive week. We went to Zona Blue because we
Oh.
enjoyed it so much.
Really?
Yeah. Have you been there?
No.
Sardinian.
Really?
It's which is an island off the coast of Italy, so it's a lot of Italian food, but Sardinian has their own dishes
Style.
and style, and they do this what they call a pecorino souffle, which
Yeah.
is a basically it's a no carb dish. It's like eggs, it's like a custard souffle with eggs, pecorino cheese, and then they have all kinds of mushrooms, including black truffles in it with like
Really?
a creamy sauce. And Val just went
Wow.
wild over that dish. And when we were driving back, I was like, "You want to go back there?" She's like, "Yes." And then we got
Really?
a couple of this antipasta platter. They do.
You
some
didn't
beautiful-
stop and do the Billy Swamp
Yeah.
Safari on your way back?
She was suggesting.
Always
I,
tempted.
I
You can't
somehow
do that.
I've
passed
seen
that
that
up.
sign for 50 years.
Have you ever been?
No, of course.
Have you ever?
Oh,
been?
does ever stop? No.
Have you been on a airboat ever? The Everglades?
Never.
Never.
No.
You
Really?
looked at me
Oh,
like I have
it's
three
fun.
heads.
They
Never.
do it. It's fun.
You're not a.
It's
You're
a good
just.
time.
Yeah, great.
All right, the
I'm
roast
sorry.
pork sandwich we discuss sometimes because
Okay.
it was a staple of my like the Catskills and
Right.
places in Brooklyn, diners, and also some
Yeah.
delis would use veal.
But
Looks
be
fantastic.
surprised. I'm getting
Yeah.
more and more people ordering it now. And
Yeah,
I'm
looks
not
great.
saying it's because we're doing it. I just think more people are hearing about a roast pork
I
sandwich.
think it's because they listen to the lunchbox and they see it on Let's Eat
Oh.
South Florida.
Oh,
and
thank
believe it or
you.
not, I do
Thank
have a
you.
little bit of
Some
influence.
pull.
I mean,
Some pull.
no Burger Beasts, no Seth Gonzalez. I can't get you on Deco Drive, but
He's fishing for the tuna. That's
I'm
okay.
in on this.
I got it.
you know
This
what?
is
I'm
great.
going to withhold a bite. I do
No,
want to.
you gotta go for it, man.
No,
Come
I
on.
want to recap.
The build-up's too much.
What?
Burger Month was last month, so
Yeah.
954 Burger Month is officially in the books. Our friends at VL Food and Wine Festival. There's going to be other upcoming events this summer and throughout the year, including maybe one that Lunchbox viewers will be interested in. If you like oysters and bubbly, we're going to we are going to be doing something. I'm not going to
right.
officially announce it yet, but circle August 10th on your
Am
calendars.
I invited?
Of course,
Of
Oh,
course.
all
and
right.
you won't even have to pay. I'll give you a comp.
Really? You're a sport.
What a nice guy.
What a great guy.
You're a sport.
She puts out 20 dishes for your lunch, Mayo. And you're going to comp
and
her
then he
with
tells me he's on a
a
diet.
sandwich. Yeah, exactly. This
Oh,
is,
man.
see, you're learning what we have to deal
Yes,
with.
I
All right,
understand.
We
Yeah.
did the show with Burger Beast at the beginning of May to
Yes.
start the
Yeah.
festivities. Then, regrettably, I couldn't make it to the big event, which
Right.
was in conjunction with Seth. Burger Beast did on a Sunday when you're usually closed. You had a
Right.
big event.
We opened up.
Lubie was there.
It was invite only, tickets only.
Yeah, that's
and we
why
were
I wasn't
sold out.
there.
We got
Oh.
a nice
Sold out.
crowd. Yeah, they really got
Yeah.
a nice crowd.
It was really nice. And what they were, first I just thought it was like private couples, people coming in, people who bought the tickets. It seemed there was a lot of food bloggers
Mhm.
Yes.
that came in, I guess for their own thing. But we had people who were sitting here who were photographing the restaurant. And Beth and I really we liked the idea that these people were enjoying where they were eating.
Well, that's a good
you
thing.
know, it looked really good, and there was a lot of positive feedback
I
from
could
it.
not make it that day because it was my daughter's high school graduation.
and that's
But
more
in our
important.
stead, and Defo was sidelined with his Achilles
Achilles.
Sort of
issue.
injuries, yeah.
But we had Lubie and Shirley. I understand. Did they comport
No, it's
themselves
Ken.
well?
Ken and I
Oh,
came.
Ken.
Yes.
And
Oh, in that case,
he's very discriminating when it comes to burgers, and he enjoyed it.
not as good looking as Shirley. Though.
He's not as he's not as good looking as my wife, but he definitely knows his burgers.
Yeah.
And he was thumbs up with all of it. The way all of you handled it was fantastic.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
It was very well organized. I liked it a lot.
That's
I liked
good.
because they served one burger to everybody all at the same time, and then they served another burger, spaced it out. So they're there for almost 3 hours.
Yes.
It was from 12
We were here for a
to
while, but
3.
it didn't feel like it though. It kept moving
Right.
nicely.
And there were really nice people here. It was everybody was very friendly. Everybody was having a good time. A lot
was
of
great.
couples. I thought it was a great event.
Yeah, it was great.
It was-
You know,
and I'm sorry I missed it. I've heard nothing but great things. And as to your point, it's like nice to have a mixed crowd where some people are paying, but then maybe Seth invited some friends and
Right.
bloggers and other. I
Right.
hate that word, influencers, but
Yeah, but they get the
people
word
who
out.
have these TikTok and Instagram
yeah, but
accounts, and
that's
no, but
good. I mean,
it brings in people. It's marketing,
yeah,
yes.
right. And
I mean,
if people write about us in a good way, I
Right.
like it,
why
and
not?
I
Take
don't
it.
have to pay for it.
Right.
You know,
Well,
it's not like I'm paying for advertising.
shh, don't tell them my secret.
You're
Um,
too much.
No, actually, I did
You
want to
are
have a
too much.
discussion today about influence because there was a little bit of a brouhaha on the Let's Eat group. I don't know if you saw it this week, but our man Carlos Frias, two-time James Beard Award-winning
Wow.
food journalist and former food editor at the Miami Herald, he kind of took issue with. Apparently, there's a big-time food blogger named Keith Lee, and
I saw that, yeah.
And
my wife loves Keith Lee.
well, here's the thing. So Keith Lee is a guy. I guess he's originally from Vegas, but now he's become this.
He was an
national-
MMA fighter. He has no background in
his brother
food
was
at all.
an MA fighter, I thought.
He was. He has no background in food at all. Like zero.
Wait, I thought his brother opened a stall down here who was the MMA fighter.
He also fought.
But I didn't know Keith Lee fought. Okay. So that's what he has a built-in. First of all, this is something I'm always dubious about. Some of the numbers you see on like okay, this guy has 2.1 Instagram followers, which is a number I could believe. I see a lot of
2.1
million.
2.1 million Instagram.
Well, he's up to like 15 or 16 million on
So
TikTok.
TikTok allegedly has 16 million.
No, it's real.
Followers. Don't tell me it.
I'm telling you, it's real because it's slowly grown. I'm telling you, the guy, if you mention his name, and he actually is mentioned in like TV and
does he have an
shows
international
now.
following?
He has a national.
Okay. Let me do some quick math for you, Lubie. And this is why I think every number on TikTok is inflated, and I don't trust the Chinese. Okay. So
Okay.
16 million followers on TikTok. And again, how many people in other countries follow an American blogger? It means
probably
one
follow
out of
him.
every 20 Americans is following this guy.
They are.
That seems excessive to
They
me.
are.
Do you
Go
believe that
anywhere-
number?
Well, we got 2 here, so he's out.
Go anywhere around and just say the name Keith Lee, you'll get reaction. I didn't believe you either. I didn't believe your wife because she's a big fan because the stuff he says is so, it's just common and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like he doesn't have a food background in any way. And the stuff he says is very generic. So I'm like,
not just
why are
generic.
people following him?
Sometimes
Okay,
it's just
so
kind of.
why are they?
I don't know. My wife is a huge,
and I think
she lives by what he says. And I'm like, he didn't say anything. He's
think-
like, it was
Oh.
good. 4 out of 10. I'm like, thank you.
The way
Keith.
he speaks is like baby talk, and the way his base of knowledge is
Very
even
mediocre.
less than
You should run for
myself.
president.
Don't stop this.
Oh, wow, that was good. That was
It's less
good.
than me. I put it this
That
way. And
was
I'm very
good.
lay
He's
when
got
it
all
comes
the
to food.
credentials.
Here's the thing. So he came to Miami and he reviewed 3 places, including his brother's food stand at the Yellow Green Farmers
You
Market
really
in
took
Hollywood.
exception to this. I saw
No,
it.
I didn't take exception. Okay, here's.
Yeah, so what happened? I
I
actually
don't
missed what you're
begrudge
talking about.
anybody who has a following,
Yeah.
and the feeling among some people, including like Carlos took exception to the places that he found and his whole methodology, and it seemed like Carlos. Look, he comes from a journalism background,
Yes.
and he is
It's
a guy
unfortunate sometimes.
He's
no, but he
award-winning.
does. He does research. You talk to somebody before you go and would put something together, even if you're a Keith Lee, or especially if you're Keith Lee and have all those followers. You might want to talk to the chef about some of the things that he's doing and why they're doing it. But this guy came down here and he had a hot dog that was covered in macaroni and cheese. And he says, first of all, there were these little potato sticks, which are very common
Yes.
in Miami.
It's a Colombian,
South American,
a Latin
touch.
American hot dog / burger.
And
thing.
you find it on the frita sandwiches
Yes.
down in Cayocho, which Seth loves,
Which
where
is
you
great.
have
They
the
did it
little
here.
potato sticks on top of a frita burger.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh yes.
Keith Lee looks at it, he goes, I don't know what, he didn't even know what a potato stick was. He's like,
Okay.
these look like little shoestring fries, but they're like he was trying to describe them.
Yes.
Has no knowledge
None.
base. So he comes into an area, has no knowledge base, comes off looking like
Yeah.
ignorant, and then this is the person who's now influencer. And then he
So
takes a
you-
bite of this hot dog
Uh,
and says, wow, this is the best hot dog I've ever had in Miami.
Don't do the accent.
I
don't
haven't
think that
had
helps
any.
us.
I haven't had any other hot dogs, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine any hot dog
Yeah,
being
he's
better
not our
than this.
betters. He's not
Wow.
any of these places yet.
I'm like, this
Pretty
is what.
pretty solid review. I think. What's lacking? Credibility? What do you think?
No, so look, I'm now in the influencer game or whatever it is that
Yes.
we do here.
You are an
Content
influencer,
creator
right?
is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we're called.
Content
supposedly.
creator, but
right.
the reason why I respect the Seth Gonzalez's in the
Oh,
world and some
yeah.
of the other ones because they're local and they have a knowledge base of locals. When you're
Oh.
trying to be a national figure, unless you're really well traveled and well versed in food and know the differences in reach, I mean, it kind of is
Maybe
off putting to me. But
Maybe
I'm
he
old.
just speaks to the people who don't know a lot about
That's it.
food, and it doesn't matter then.
It's what it is.
It's
Is
just
people who just.
are not that knowledgeable.
It's 100%. That's his following.
See, all
Everything-
those other people.
Don't let it upset you, Mike.
Well, everything he
Really, it's
does
not
is
worth getting
takeout.
on
He
it.
does takeout all
Yes.
the time. He
Yeah.
doesn't sit in the restaurant, I
Yeah.
guess, because he's afraid he'd be recognized. So he has family and friends bring him boxes, and then he sits in the car and eats it, which is never the best way to eat. And then he'll complain if something takes a long time.
You're taking this a lot like a sportscaster, like Louie and I have been.
Yeah, like
And then somebody has like a gambling show that never made a bet in their life, but they're on ESPN, and you're sitting there struggling.
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just because the guy's knocking it out of the park, I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't
I'm
mean he
not
has a great
worrying
opinion.
about
Yeah,
it. but
it's
does it-
offended your reviewing
well, it
sensibilities.
offended Carlos's
Yeah.
sensibilities, and it does, I guess, my old school, old media sensibilities. In that, if you're going to be writing or creating content about something, at
That's the
least
way
try
it
to
is today, though.
learn
Right.
something
Yeah.
about it.
He actually, and so what they respect about it is that there's no quote unquote ulterior motives, in the sense that he never gets paid by an establishment. He doesn't talk to them beforehand. He usually, if he enjoys it after, not only talks to them, but gives like ridiculous tips, like $3,000, $4,000 to take care of especially if they're more lower income establishments. So he tries to be a good guy, and that's where he got big, because he would go in there after and say, "I'm Keith Lee. Here's $5,000," and people on social media love that. So then
So we don't know what this guy looks like?
Oh no, we know what he looks like. He's
he's all over the place. If you look him on Google,
famous.
he's huge. He's one of the
internet
biggest
famous.
influencers now in
I'll
at least
show you a
America.
picture of
I
him if he
barely
ever
have a
shows
cell
up in
phone.
here. But apparently,
I don't even know my number.
So that's why
My
people love
kids
him.
wrote it on the back of the phone for me.
It's that he doesn't have agendas, and he doesn't. So when he gives a report on food, it's unbiased, but it's very simple. And again, I think our friend Brian said there's nothing wrong with simple. I don't have a problem with simple either. If you ever heard me talk about food, I don't know food, but like I don't purport myself to be the guy about all food.
No.
Like I don't know. He has a very, very strong following because he's very simple and to the point, and people seem to like that.
Okay.
Well,
Again, God bless. I don't begrudge anybody their success, but here's the other thing. Okay, Dave Portnoy, a guy who at first I was a little bit on the fence about, the pizza review guy. And, his whole shtick was one bite, everybody knows the rules, but then he devoured the whole pie,
He eats
right?
Eats the whole
pizzas
pie, yeah.
and slices.
But
and,
he's really entertaining. And he actually has a knowledge base about pizza, and his likes and dislikes, and explains why. And I don't know, have you watched many of his? Because
Porn, I have seen a lot of it, yeah. It sort of blends together after a while. It doesn't seem to really distinguish one place from another, but this is the thing. I mean, I'm sure if this, what's the guy's name? Will Lee or whatever?
Keith
Keith
Lee.
I mean, if he gives his thumbs up to a place, they get swamped. Just like Guy Fieri goes to a place, which he was at Chef Eats. I'm sure that didn't hurt him any in the Sun Sentinel competition where people recognize you from social media. So,
yeah, no.
That's the way it is today, Mike Mayo. That's the way it is, my friend.
do
You're
I
catching a
accept-
little bit, yeah.
Well, I accept it. Am I allowed to question it?
It's like you're looking at whether or not Barry Bonds should have the home run record because he was on steroids.
No,
I
he
mean,
shouldn't. That's definitely asterisk.
Okay.
And neither should Mark McGuire have. That should all be wiped out. They were all juicing, but
Okay.
Lenore,
Yes, what?
I'm sorry that we've tarnished your. We
What?
haven't tarnished anything. We're having
We
a
haven't-
discussion.
So wait, what? So
I
what
know.
was Carlos? Why did this become a topic? With let's see, where did this come from?
He just thought if somebody's going to come to Miami and just review 3 places,
He's gonna-
all of a sudden one of them happens to be his brother's stand,
Yeah, that's weird.
and also one of them is like a hot. 2 of them were like like places that serve mac and cheese.
So he
and
didn't go
kinda
to
like,
Cuban.
No, he
or
didn't go to
anything of that
Versailles. He puts
island?
things out to votes of his followers.
Yeah.
And he said, "Where should I go in Miami?
Oh, and they
Versailles
said-
or not I Heart Mac and Cheese, but some other mac
Really?
and cheese place."
Are you
And-
kidding me?
and his followers went for the mac and cheese place.
Oh, my
so to
All
me,
right.
if you're gonna come to Miami,
That's not
like you
what
go
we're
to
known
Joe's
for.
Stone Crab,
Yeah, there's plenty of
you go
places.
to
Come here.
Versailles.
Come to Gilbert's.
Come to
Hey, it's
Gilbert.
working for him. I don't know. How do you tell the guy? It's like I was watching this coach yelling something at Djokovic today. I'm thinking, what is this guy going to tell Djokovic about how to play tennis?
Yeah.
Guy's 37 years old. He's won 24 Grand Slams. He played against Federer and Nadal, all these monsters. What are you going to say to the guy? And, it's the same thing with this sort of thing. What can you say?
Yeah,
The guy's
these are the
successful.
times. These are the times we live in. But
Yes.
how do you? I mean,
What?
you guys are on social media, but you say you don't really have a hand in that kind of thing, right?
No,
It's
I don't
Richie.
have a hand. No, Beth follows it. Beth looks at
Beth-
it, but
Beth looks
we
at
don't. What do you mean having a conversation with people about it?
Not just
No,
that, but
she looks at it and she pays attention to it in case something difficult happens or something that she didn't like.
right.
She'll question it.
right, you'll go.
you
She'll
know,
go on Monitor, Yelp, and all those
Right,
review sites.
that's
But I'm
what
saying
she does.
Gilbert's has their own Instagram,
They have Instagram.
account, and
Yes.
you highlight, the different
post.
offerings,
Right.
Yeah, they're
which
great.
is
Yeah, well,
part of the
yeah.
whole food.
But I don't
scene.
do that.
Speaking of burgers, this tuna is phenomenal.
Is it
The
tuna?
way you
I
did
know.
this. Wow. That is
This-
great, Lenore.
That's a grilled blackened tuna, but I also do a sesame
Man.
seared tuna.
Yeah,
And that comes with
Wow, so
an
good.
Asian slaw as opposed to the broccoli slaw. That's broccoli slaw that it's sitting on.
Nice.
oh
Yeah.
right. And
You-
is there sugar in that, or is that?
Broccoli slaw.
Yeah. maybe a little.
Looks very simplistic.
It looks like it's more on
Very
the,
veggie
on
driven.
the not as sweet side and more on the spicy side.
Yeah, it looks veggie driven.
Yeah. The seasoning though, and the wasabi, just right
a
on.
little bit, a little bit.
Fantastic.
Not as much as coleslaw.
Right.
You got to try
That-
this pork sandwich.
Yeah.
How about
Anyway.
this?
The contest, people are clamoring about the contest. by
Oh
the way.
yeah, that
Oh.
too.
That we got to tease them a little bit.
We
All
have
right.
to have a contest.
No, you're
And
going
the
to be
results.
picking the results. I have 3. We actually are back to the little
Oh, we're doing this little thing
fentanyl
again.
slips. Wait, that's the wrong one.
We do it every week, but we haven't had a
There's
tiebreaker
where
in
I
a long
had my
time.
pills.
A lot of people are on the a lot of people are on the same page
Medication.
this week.
Yeah, none of the medication was in there.
It's not there anymore. Oh God.
These are the little we call them the slips.
Oh, I did this once before.
Yeah.
I
You
think.
did.
Okay.
It's been the first time in a long time where we've had to go to the tiebreaker, but we're going to do that after the first break.
Stealing
Okay.
some of your drink here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's do. Oh, it's Monday,
Yes.
and
Yes.
one of our also longtime great sponsors in business, 75 years. How about that, Lenore?
Okay.
Tropical
it's
Acres
Tropical
Steakhouse.
Acres.
Yes.
Yeah. They've
And
been here a long time.
been there a long time,
Yeah.
and I love the Studiali family. They're masters of hospitality, and Monday and Tuesday half-price wine night, and of course they also have a butcher shop. So if you want to do some grilling on the weekend, you can pick up some very nice filet mignons
All right.
and all these things. 2500 Griffin Road in Old Fort Lauderdale, Dania Beach, and
Nice.
Father's Day. They're going to be open on a Sunday. You guys are
Okay.
taking the days off on
Yes, of
Sunday,
course.
Father's Day. But
Yes.
Sunday, they will be open from 1 till 8 p.m. If you want to make your Father's Day reservations now, give them a call at 954-989-2500. Again, treat Dad to a nice ribeye steak or prime rib or the twin lobster special.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lobster
How
special.
great is that?
2 lobsters, $39, includes a salad on
That's
the
a
Hold on,
side.
good
two
deal.
of
That's
That's
available
a good
every
deal.
day, Monday through Friday. On Father's Day, it'll be a little more expensive for the twin lobsters, but they'll still have them.
Nice.
Get in there and tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, coming back with more. Fantastic. What was this burger in the end there? I'm
That's the
surprised
Brie burger.
Brie burger.
Mayo's laying off of that. He's doing nothing here with this.
And that's it.
Because when the first
Nothing
words I
touched.
hear is like, oh, looks like the diet's not working. What am I going to do?
So why not just capitulate to that idea and go ahead
No.
and continue to have a good time?
How about we'll take a break? When I come back, I'll take a nice little nibble of
Right.
this roast pork with
And
the
we'll-
Chinese
and we'll try these 2
rub
burgers
sandwich.
too.
Yes.
Oh, maybe you'll eat the ribs.
Maybe the ribs. Maybe
Okay.
everything. I'll
Yeah,
stay away
maybe.
from dessert, though. All right, we'll
Oh.
be back after this.
Okay.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. After during the break, I did have my first bite of food.
Their wings
Lenore.
are fantastic.
That chicken wing, what is it? The lemon teriyaki wing? Well, it's so good.
That's lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. Those are grilled, not fried.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
healthier
so it's
for
right
you.
on target. You said you were going around. You were afraid that like a blogger or influencer is here.
I don't know. I'm
And somebody
looking.
was eating outside, and they just gave
No.
you a compliment, right? They
Yeah.
called it. What'd they call it?
He said, "You guys have some badass burgers." Am I allowed to say that?
That's a good
Yes,
thing.
you are
Yeah, of
allowed to
course you
say
are.
that, and that's a great thing.
It's the internet.
And it's very
That's
true.
a compliment. And remember, I
He's
mean,
sitting outside here. You want to
he's a
interview him?
bad man. No, a badass burger is a good thing.
No
Yeah,
doubt. I mean, right up there. Certainly worthy of consideration as the best, as they've been distinguished with this these kind of accolades before.
My award-winning vernacular would maybe term it a little differently. I would say they have beautiful, juicy, round, shaped like a puck, but taste much, much, much better.
I wouldn't
But-
mention
but
puck in conjunction with these
Badass
burgers.
burgers
Yeah, yeah.
runs up the tongue
Badass
better.
is the way to go.
I
Yeah.
want to mention.
In fact, you should change the name of the place to Badass
Yeah.
Burgers.
Oh,
Gilbert's badass burgers.
Burgers.
get on State Road 27,
But
and
that
all
would
the
be
bikers are coming in there.
shortchanging all the other great things here, like
That's
the
the thing, they
tuna
do
on
so
the
much other
Asian
things.
Yeah,
style,
that's
That is
slowly
fantastic.
disappearing.
That was
chicken
fantastic.
wings,
Right.
the ribs, which I
Oh,
have
yeah,
not
didn't even
touched.
touch.
But all right, I'm going to go in here. Should I do the contest drawing with my mouth full of
Yeah,
those
I
why
hate
not?
when you're talking.
This way you can combine
Eat,
two functions
but
at
okay.
once.
This has a lot of sugar in it. I'm
It
just
does.
gonna, and I'm gonna remove the top
What's up with the sugar?
because
count?
that's
Oh, now all of a
carbs,
sudden he thinks, okay.
and I'm gonna
What?
kind of
It's-
fold it over
Wait a
this
minute.
way.
Wait a minute. Lenore, you're destroying this.
Just does
There
that
you
with
go.
most food. Why is that different?
You're taking a picture of me?
I
You
video
know what?
everything he does. Yes.
For purposes of the show, I can have a little
He's
bit
no
of duck
Keith
Yeah,
sauce.
Lee.
you have to put the
Did
duck
you
sauce
think
in
it was
the
a sham the first time you saw me?
I
That he was
didn't.
actually the food critic for the Sun Sentinel? That maybe you'd been had?
No, I think he came in with credentials. I
Oh,
think,
okay.
Yeah.
He
it
was wearing a credential at the
Yeah,
time?
something.
Like
yeah.
he was at
No,
an F1
That's
race?
not how it
And he
works.
probably also ate with manners that one day.
Yeah.
But there are, I'm sure, many people who really think
You were
of me,
probably hoping that would lead to a
they
comp.
talk about me the way that I talk about Keith Lee. Like, how the frick does
Yeah,
this guy?
100%.
Guy was writing sports. He was covering the Buffalo Bills locker room. And then
I got that a lot.
next thing you know, he's
Right.
at the Chateau Maison.
Oh,
Yep.
it
It's
definitely needs the duck sauce and
Of
the
course
top
it
row.
does.
That's why they have it with it.
Why was I trying? What was
I
I,
don't
thinking?
know.
Well, because
What's
you're
with
doing
your dry
better.
sandwich?
Why do you
That
think
is
you
what it
serve
is.
it like
Hey, I'm
that?
going to do my Keith Lee.
No, you're supposed to.
I
dunk
got it. I ate it. Now I'm going to give it a rating from 1 to 10.
Is
Is
that what he
this
does?
not
That's-
Caitlin
that's
Clark
what he does?
syndrome,
That's
Olivia?
exactly
It
what
really
he does.
is.
Yes.
Duck sauce is necessary to give it a little bit of sweetness. Bread's nice and soft. Pork is really tasty.
Yeah.
I give it 9 out of 10. Come on, 2 million. I need 2 million followers.
2 million.
Am I jealous? Absolutely.
100%.
Oh yeah, it's
I
so
own it.
clear.
I admit I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I wonder if Carlos Frias admits the jealousy.
He
That's the
won't
thing.
probably,
He's
but
too
he probably
sophisticated
is.
for that. But let's face it, it's the only reason he mentioned it.
Of
Right?
course you're jealous.
You
This
go right
random
into it.
dude
I
who
mean,
doesn't know what he's talking about. has
so
6 million followers.
transparent. Yeah, it's all jealousy.
Sophisticated and me have
Yeah.
do not belong in the same.
It is
sentence.
what it is.
How
Take-
come it's down
Take
to
your
3?
medicine and
I'm glad you asked that question,
Yeah,
Lenore,
how-
because now is the time to
want a knife?
settle this
No, I'm
week's
just. I know Defo 101. I know
10
Mayo wants one.
Palms Sunday brunch contest.
Oh, that
and
was,
for
that
the
was
first
phenomenal.
time in
Cut
a
with a
long
fork, that's
time,
good.
Yeah, go ahead.
we do
Wow.
have to go to the tiebreaker bag.
Okay. So I was here for the last tiebreaker because I think I did this.
We haven't
once
done this in a
before.
long
Yeah,
time.
it's been a while. I got 3 little slips of paper in here.
Okay.
And let me just give the quick rundown. So what happened was, first we had the name of the restaurant, and it was pretty obvious because it was starting hurricane season.
Right.
So I made my clues around that, and it's a chain that serves a bunch of chicken appendages.
This is a hurricane, right?
Also
Hurricane
known as
wings,
wings.
or whatever.
It's called Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Oh,
There's locations all over the state and the nation.
Hmm.
So that was the restaurant. Many people got it. Then we had a contest race. It was the first race at Gulfstream. I should have ended up going with the feature that only had 7 horses because a 14-1 shot won, and nobody would have had that. Instead, here, number 3, Caspian Sea, not the favorite, but the second choice, Safi
Did
Joseph.
you see who ran second in that race?
Your
My
man
Luca Panici
at
63
65 to 1.
Yeah, that
Did
was
you
great.
have that?
Of course not.
Oh, okay.
He told us about the form in the third race. He ran last.
So Caspian Sea was the winner, and I think about 10 people had him in the contest, and then we went to the third tiebreaker, or the second tiebreaker, which is the result winner of Game 6 of the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Rangers and the Panthers. Were you emotionally invested in this at all, Lenore?
Emotionally, yeah.
Oh,
Are you
I
a
watch
Rangers
it.
fan still, or what?
Yeah, I like the Rangers. I
But-
like the Rangers, but I'm more interested in basketball lately, so we're more a Celtics fan.
Okay,
Oh,
are you
interesting.
happy
Oh,
that
'cause
the
we're
Panthers
Suns
won,
Rockets.
even though they beat the New York Rangers?
It's all right.
I mean, I think
You know,
it's great
it's like,
for the local
you know,
scene. I congratulate them. I'm really.
He's been on Panthers. We've both been on the Panthers.
I think they're. I would like to see the Stanley Cup coming. I really
That'd be
would.
freaking
Right.
cool.
Did you know I read this that said that going into the playoffs you could have gotten 10-1?
10 to
on
1,
the
yeah.
Panthers?
Yeah, that's what Defo was saying. Isn't that
Did
crazy?
anybody jump on that?
No, I would have.
I
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
would have, could have, should have, but
Oh.
we
That was a
didn't.
hell of a price on the Panthers going in.
I mean, they were top
Edmonton
5
was
team
only
all year.
7-1.
All right, so we got 3 names in the slip. Two of them are repeat winners from the past. Alexa Hay
Why don't you dump those into the ashtray?
and Blanche
Yeah.
Blanche
Why you
Maines.
tell everybody that?
Blanche Maines and Alexa Habe are in there, and then there's somebody named Margie. Just Margie, no last name. With
An email at
a
How
least?
are you going to
Did you
follow
at least
Are
her?
you
get
going
the
to be able to
email?
find her? Does she put a phone number in?
well,
You
she
just
has
got
an
the email,
email,
right? Okay.
and the
Oh,
email
okay.
has nothing to do with Margie. The email address is something completely different. But I don't know,
This
Joanne.
reeks of
It's not
somebody-
any of the coaches.
I
Believe
think
me.
they're trying to
I don't-
circumvent the rules. Yeah. What do you think? Is this week of a
So-
scam,
I don't
Lenore?
know.
I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
all I know is that Lenore is gonna not look
All right, here we
and
go.
just kind of take one piece,
Oh,
one,
just two, I'm
just
sorry.
one,
I'm sorry.
one
Okay.
per customer.
All
Oh,
right.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
We don't know which
all
who
right.
is who. That's fine.
Lighten up.
She didn't know.
All right. Do you want to unfurl the thing and
Winner is.
see who the,
The
winner
winner
is and
is.
announce
The Oscar
name?
goes
Oh my
to.
God.
Oh, I could do the
Blanche.
Oh, good.
Blanche
Oh, I like Blanche.
Maines.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Blanche,
Blanche.
congratulations. You have won brunch for 2, and I assume that means you and your
Is she
husband.
She's a
taking
are-
me?
major
Maybe she's
participant.
taking
yeah.
me.
She's
No,
vastly
she's great.
active.
Yeah.
Maybe she could take anybody she wants. If she wants, I guess, to have domestic tranquility, I think she's going to take Arthur.
Probably.
And again, Brooklyn-born,
Yeah.
people that have been to the Lunchbox brunch bashes there at Gulfstream. So congratulations,
Congrats, Blanche.
Blanche.
Yay.
Job well done.
That's great.
And the Panthers are advancing. Stanley Cup Finals begin next Saturday
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
home. Sunrise Arena. I heard. I went on SeatGeek. It says that there will be some tickets available for the general public starting at 3 p.m. today.
Mm.
Oh,
So I
3
might
p.m.
try
I
to
thought you
go
were going
in
to say
there.
$3,000. How much are they?
Well,
They're probably cheaper actually than the Ranger series. As weird as that
You think?
is. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
There's the secondary market, and then there's the actual tickets that are going to be put on sale today. That's like
Yeah.
list price. So I
years
might try
ago,
to-
I think we used to be bigger Ranger fans.
Yeah.
Especially when we were living in New York, we did more of that, and we weren't such New York Knicks fans.
Mhm.
I don't know why. We went to games,
Well,
but
probably
we were
because
more
the Knicks have
Yankees.
sucked
Well,
since 1972.
Yes, I think that's
Not since 72.
73.
They've been to a
Maybe.
final since
not quite.
Well, no, yeah, actually, in
the late 90s. They were
Yeah,
good.
I remember them losing to Houston the same year that the
Yes.
Rangers won the cup, right? Is
Yes.
that right? Something like that.
94.
The year
Or
of
was
the
the,
OJ
I-
chase. Yeah.
Did the Rangers win that year though?
They
I think
did.
the Rangers were the year before.
No. it
Okay,
was
then
94.
then the same year.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the same year. I was there at Madison Square Garden as a sports
Really?
writer.
nice.
Much lighter, too.
Yeah, much lighter.
He was wearing a Ranger jersey and it fit. Yeah.
right.
You
Now I
didn't have
look like,
Gilbert spread out. The letters looked like phonetic spelling.
look like an overstuffed sausage
Oh.
in
You
my
guys are
Rangers
too much.
jersey.
Go ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna munch more on this.
Okay.
Roast
You're doing a
pork sandwich.
lousy
And he-
job.
he
so far,
wants
man.
ribs.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll definitely try one.
So,
Okay.
so here's the
Yeah.
We
my
can-
conundrum is like, do I do a good job in health and in life, or do I do a good job eating on the show?
Well, you have to do
Should
the
be
job
able to
eating on
both.
the show.
You can
yeah,
do
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
After
Just,
the show, eat
can I?
light.
Are you trying
Can I
to
really?
say that eating here is not good?
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Let me dive into a rib right off the bat.
Oh, my diet. I
Fall
mean,
off
that's
the
no way to
bone.
approach
After-
this.
Fall off the
Yeah,
bone.
yeah.
Ribs are
After
good.
the show, eat
Tangy
healthier.
barbecue sauce,
Now you're
Kansas City
talking,
style, for that guy on Let's Eat saying there's no good Kansas City style barbecue. I beg to differ. Come on in here to
I'm trying to
Gilbert.
think of
You're
other.
angry at the
Well, we
world.
make
today,
our own
Mike, man.
barbecue
It's
sauce
unbelievable.
here.
Why am I?
Why are you so angry?
I don't know.
Because Reno Cerbone called me out also.
Oh, as a phony? I mean, it's okay, though. I mean, he knows that you're going to be schnorring for free food and tickets to the game. That's all right. Now, Reno was brilliant today.
He was.
Owner
He was
of
very
Heritage.
funny on the
Yes.
morning show.
Oh, okay.
Reno, who owns Heritage Italian Restaurant,
Yeah.
his brother-in-law is Roberto
You did another
Luongo.
restaurant before you came here?
No.
Oh, okay.
He
fine. I was gonna
knows
say.
hockey, and his brother-in-law is a part of the
Oh,
Panthers
all right.
organization.
They do a morning sports show. Reno's brother was a Hall of Fame goaltender. Brother-in-law. He married
The
Roberto
sister.
Luongo. Married Reno's sister when he was a Florida Panther, Roberto Luongo. And anyway, now Reno is a big-time hockey expert. He actually knows the game and talks.
No, he
about
really
it
does.
very
know
Really?
He's
stuff.
really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
and was
Wow.
handicapping the finals approaching. And we were trying to schnorr our way to get some free tickets from him and his brother-in-law.
Did it work?
He even said that
Yeah,
he
very
offered.
tentative. Yeah.
He doesn't know if he's
I'll
going to be able to
see
get
what I
tickets.
can do. Is that
Well,
what it
we
is?
offered to have Mike Mayo bussing tables at this man's restaurant in a Ranger jersey, and
Oh, it would
where the
fit.
people on Let's Eat South Florida could have teed off on him and just
I think he
talked
would
about how lousy the service was and this and that. But
I think he would prefer me showing up in a Panthers jersey
yeah.
to bus tables, and then what he really
he would
wanted,
prefer that you didn't offer to bus tables.
what he prefers that
Would you
I
be
just
any good at it? I
take
mean,
him to the game. I'd be his designated driver and pay the $90. What do you think the parking's going to go for during the Cup finals?
could be a stink that could set a
Oh.
record. Yeah,
At the arena. So here's the deal:
Go
during
ahead.
the regular season, like parking was like $30 or $35,
which was already
Right.
outrageous.
every playoff round they jacked it up another like $20. It went to 55, then it was 70, then it was 90.
So
last
what did
week.
they expect you to take a bus there? Or is that what it is?
I
Not
said-
bring your car?
I said it'd be cheaper to rent a helicopter and just get dropped off, or maybe parachute.
They
in.
used to encourage you, though. They actually had police, traffic people
Right.
directing you
Walking
into the
across the
illegal
street.
parking
Yeah,
across
yeah.
the street.
At
Oh,
Sawgrass
really?
Mills, there used to be the hack that people would use.
That was great.
is park at Sawgrass Mills, go and get a pretzel at Annie
walk.
Ann's or whatever
Right.
it is, and then just leave the car there for the whole
You
game.
could
And walk
drive onto
over.
some guy's lot in Sunrise and just get no blocky parking, like you used to at the Orange
Oh,
Bowl.
like the Orange Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think some of those Sunrise residents are going to do that?
They're not that close.
I don't know.
There's a 55 and over community. I think you can
How
park
did we
there.
get here, Lenore?
I don't
Nobody has
know.
taken a bite of a burger
I know.
yet.
It's
And these
amazing.
are award-winning burgers.
Well, maybe I understand that. And I feel bad, but we ate so many
gotta
burgers
break the
last
ice.
month.
I don't know.
I'm not a brie fan. I want that one, but I figured
Oh.
you'd be. Do you like brie?
I'm not a
That's
big
a-
brie guy.
that's a-
No, that
Don't,
had
you
my
don't
name
have to do
written
the
all over
lettuce
it.
and tomato
This
on
one
it.
I love
had
it with
you.
the
Yeah,
lettuce.
it
Too
did,
much.
but
Just
You know
do the
what?
lettuce.
For the sake of art, I will take
No.
a bite of the brie burger.
So you don't
I
want all
you
this
to
crap on
No,
it, though?
you don't. Yeah. Just put that
You
on.
Here's
just
what
slice
I
it like
want.
that, right?
Give it
Um,
a palm press.
give it a palm press.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I don't want to ruin it for Lubie because I
Yeah,
want him
please
to
don't
take
ruin
Well,
it.
care of
use
it.
a knife. You have a knife.
I'm going to use a knife.
Okay.
This could be a smash burger.
How about this?
Well,
We'll
no.
do surgery on the burger after our next break because we do got to take two more.
Yes.
And I do want to talk about our friends. We're talking about seafood. J&C Seafood in Hollywood is the new hotspot. I was there last week for happy hour. Tremendous happy hour values, and they got things like grilled oyster or
Oh, nice.
broiled oysters
Yep,
with
yep,
that
yep.
spicy yuzu mayonnaise on it. They have raw oysters on the happy hour menu. They got shrimp cocktail. They've got a lobster roll. so many great things. And I think I ate the entire happy hour menu. I was in there
Nice.
with my daughter. And I think it was like $80-something for the entire happy hour menu. And it fed 3 people. We were all stuffed.
And
So,
you ate it all.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it was light. It was seafood.
What were you thinking?
There's not much in the way of.
It's not the
carbs
heaviest
in there.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's
but
actually pretty good.
it was good.
The happy hour menu.
2035 Harrison Street. They're open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner only to start with. They just opened 2 months ago, and they're getting rave reviews, not just me, but all over the place. You got to love it. Got to try it. Chef Raheem worked at some of the best places in Miami, including Q, and now he's up here in Hollywood bringing his talents to South Broward. Go there. Tell him the Lunchbox sent you.
When are we going there? I thought we had things scheduled. No.
I thought it was going to be that might be having a ribbon cutting ceremony, but I've just heard from Caesar today, the owner. He wants to make sure that Raheem is going to be around and available in town when we do our next
All right.
remote show. So we're kind of
Oh.
coordinating the schedules.
Okay, well, that's
to
smart.
be determined.
TBD.
All right,
Yes.
as is the next segment that's coming up in just a moment.
Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me. I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices, served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. Are you looking for a good New York style slice? How about lunch specials for under $9 that come with garlic rolls and a fountain drink? I'm talking about Stromboli Pizza Kitchen in the Fountains of Plantation, 801 South University Drive. Since 1987, it's been home to Brooklyn-style pies and slices, heroes and paninis, pastas, and all your Italian-American favorites. It's got the unpretentious vibe of the pizza places of my youth with daily specials, family dinners, outdoor seating, eat-in, carry-out, or delivery. Open 7 days a week. Go to Stromboli'sPizza.com to place your order today. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox with the one and only Lenore Gilbert. Have a nice
Hello.
lunch crowd in today,
Yeah, it was
beginning of
nice.
the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, you do such a great job. And again, not just tremendous burgers, but all kinds of menu items, salads, fish dishes, the wings, the ribs. It's all good.
Yeah.
Or as the critic out here said, it's all badass.
It's pretty badass. Yeah.
Gilbert's Badass Grill. I'm
That
going to
was
go in.
funny when he said that. He said it right in front of me. He was
Yes.
talking to Richard.
So
better
I'm
than
going
burgers.
into the Brie burger now.
I
Okay.
because
like it. Now it looks wonderful.
apparently
The
people are
cross-section.
upset that I'm not eating enough,
No.
even though they're
I don't
all.
think
And you put the
anyone's
pickle
made
on
a
it,
word
too?
about
I
it.
did. I like
Why?
a pickle.
Oh, you do?
Because
Okay.
you know I
Never
like
mind.
that little bit of acidity. Why? You think it ruins the composition of the
I think
balance
so,
of the
too.
brie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want me to remove
Because it's too
the pickle?
classy for a pickle.
Wow.
I didn't say classic. I said classy.
I'm going in the way
Brie
it was
burger.
originally composed. Why do they put the pickles on the side? If you
Because
don't wanna
they
put
do
the
that
pickles
because
on it.
people feel we're leaving it out. We're being
He's a big
cheap.
pickle guy.
No, I ate the pickles before I
already
even
ate the
touched the
pickles.
burger. Yeah.
I'm going in. It's going to be a big bite in honor of Defo because I don't think
Okay.
we've done a show
Been
where
a while. Yeah.
I've been cramming big bites.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Every
God.
time. It gets me every time.
How has this guy got 80 million followers and we have 5? When you're doing stuff like that on the show. And he doesn't even have anything to say about the food. He can't talk foodies. You know?
Our numbers are okay. Not Keith Lee,
Yeah, exactly.
but
Numbers are great.
Yeah.
For talking about food. It's weird that someone talks about food and gets 16 million people.
and I'm going to go into my Keith Lee. I got the Brie burger, $16.95.
Okay.
I got it. I ate it.
Keep
I'm
chewing.
going
Keep chewing.
to
We'll talk.
once again.
We'll talk.
He doesn't like to
Defo
give
and
it
I
up.
are
He doesn't
gonna
like to
talk.
give it up. Believe me.
I
biggest-
don't
He'll
know.
be crying about some other food critic here with a mouthful of burger.
Not the biggest fan of Brie because it's a little too classy and French for me, but I do like
But it's a nice
fried
cheese.
onions.
Oh, the
good change
crunchy
of
fried.
pace.
Okay.
It all works together. I'd like to have it with a pickle. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Oh, and don't forget
You can
the
take the
bacon.
boy out of the Bronx, but
No,
you
it's a
can't take the
Brooklyn thing.
Bronx
You
out
can't- he
of
can't
Brooklyn.
get over
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Brooklyn thing, yeah.
I forgot. I'm from Brooklyn. I should remember that.
I couldn't believe it the first time I actually had a pickle on a burger. It was like a revelation. It was amazing.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
See, I like it. You don't like it?
I like
all the stuff. I
You
know
like it?
Seth doesn't. I like the lettuce and the tomatoes. It's a big part of a burger to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know the meat. You guys, your meat's good enough that why mess with all that? But
Yeah, I understand. It's okay.
I'm going to revise my rating. Addendum with pickle.
With
9 out of
pickle.
addendum.
10.
I don't think he's saying
Okay.
addendum.
Well-
I'm just being honest. Like,
Well, that's
from
why we
listening
put
to
it
what he
there
said.
so you can have your pickles.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for allowing me my pickles.
Okay.
Because I do like, and this is the critic in me, I like that little acidity. Give it that
Right.
little
Yep.
sharpness. That vinegar cuts the
Yeah.
the richness, the fat of the bacon and the brie.
Yes.
Excellent burger.
Perfect.
You guys are getting
Sounds
it done.
good.
Hey, you want to?
You guys are so funny.
Been doing this for too long.
Did you ever think you'd end up like this?
Oh, this is such a disgrace. No, it's fine.
Thank you.
No, not you, Lenore. Mayo.
Steve?
Hey.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's
wanna,
all in good spirit.
I want to tout something tonight.
Okay.
Me, I know you don't think of me sophisticated or think that it's hard to believe that I was actually a respected food critic,
Right.
award-winning food critic. Never won a James.
That was
Beard
another
Award.
lifetime,
Very
though.
respected.
But tonight, Channel 2, WPBT,
Oh, yeah, get out of
Palm
here. You're on.
Beaches, Check Please, South Florida. Certain restaurant in town, the Catherine, is going to be spotlighted. And
oh, it's tonight.
who do you think is
Nice.
going to? It's going to the season finale, and I don't want to say they saved the best for last, but who do you
Yeah.
think is going to be on presenting and
And having to eat more food?
well, I'm showcasing the
Oh.
virtues of the Catherine. Again, a James Beard nominated chef in
Right.
Tim and Baloo, and a very
One of your favorite
creative
places.
menu. Yeah,
You like it?
Nice.
so yes, yours truly will be on
What time
the
is this
show.
happening?
7:30 p.m. Set your VCRs, DVRs, or whatever
Okay.
recording
Yeah, I might have
devices
to
you
miss Deadliest Catch. What you talking about a restaurant?
It will be replayed on Channel 2 on Thursday night at 7:30. It also
Okay.
will be on Channel 42 WXEL, which is the Palm Beaches
all right.
public
It's probably
television
worth
station
seeing,
on
no?
Wednesday
Yeah.
night.
How was your
So
performance?
Monday, Thursday on Channel 2 WPBT, Wednesday at 7:30 on WXEL Channel 42.
Okay.
And
how do you think it came off?
I have no freaking clue.
No.
But here was the interesting part, and this is some behind the scenes stuff that they're not going to mention tonight.
And
Originally, the idea that the producers had, and I know Michelle Bernstein a long time. Have you ever eaten
Yes.
at her restaurants
No.
or met her?
No.
Or,
I met her. I think down when we did the Wine and Food Festival in Miami.
she's incredible.
Yeah.
She's a lovely, I mean, just really nice person, very widely respected nationally.
Yeah.
So I had a fun time seeing her again. But there was originally going to be, it was supposed to be three food bloggers, writers, influencers. Two of us showed up at the studio. One just bolted and never even called in saying they weren't going to be able to
You're
make it.
kidding.
And I still have not found out who it was supposed to be.
Well, the Keith guy, maybe.
Yeah. Could have been the Burger Beast. It's possible.
It was not Seth. But it was all
Carlos
the producers would
Frias,
tell
was he
me,
in no show?
all the producers would tell me was that it was somebody who's not like a kid and not just an Instagrammer, but somebody who should have known better. But it
Really?
left them hanging
And he
because
blew it off.
we had 3 restaurants. We all went, the way the show
Yeah,
works
I
is
know.
everybody nominates a restaurant,
Right.
and you each go to the other 2 that has been nominated. And the 3 shows tonight is the Catherine, and then 2 in Miami-Dade. One of them is called Silver Lake Bistro. It's near where Chris Perkins lives,
Nice.
North Bay Village. They have a really good burger there, too, speaking
Okay.
of burgers. And then a Thai restaurant down in Coconut Grove. And so those are the 3. But the other woman who did show up works for, I believe, Miami New Times. And
Oh.
and I don't know who the 3rd was, but they left the producers in the lurch. We had to fill some time
Because there was somebody missing.
because there was somebody missing. So Michelle Bernstein, we had a nice chat about the state of the industry and just also about bloggers, influencers, and social media and all
Very
that
nice.
stuff. So
Very nice.
it was good. I recommend people, if you're into the food scene, to tune in tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. We got one more break,
Yes.
and then is it time for dessert? I'm not allowed to have dessert, am I?
Oh, my God, look at this guy.
Yes, we'll have dessert.
He's worried about like
We'll
1
have
granule
dessert.
of sugar that was in the coleslaw. And
I got
now he's going to
dessert.
get a
And he's
key lime
looking for
pie.
dessert.
Insufferable.
I love
I'm back to being insufferable.
You,
You are.
you lean that way.
If you've ever
quite
left,
often.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
once in a while he
Fine,
snaps
fine.
out of it.
My favorite month, June, and everybody
Oh, that's
loves
funny.
me, all the
Okay.
people around me.
Oh, look
All
at
right.
this guy.
Wait,
Look
well,
at
Let's
this
let's
guy.
take
As if on cue.
let's take our last break. I do have to talk about our
Just-
friends at Casa D'Angelo again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You talk about
So
the
do
most
we
exquisite
work
Italian
on
food.
when we're going to go, or we're just going to go when Angela comes back?
I
He's gonna
believe
show up?
Angelo is going to Italy for a month, and then when he comes back, we're hopefully going to get into the Aventura location, where he has a new executive chef, and we'll be talking. It's kind of an
Very
interesting
renowned
hire.
executive chef.
But we'll be. I think it's looking
Good for
like
your
it's not
heart.
going to be this week. It's going
I
to
love
be
it.
after he gets back. So Casa D'Angelo, I'm going to be there this week celebrating one of my best friends' 60th birthday at the Fort Lauderdale location. But there's 3 locations, all exquisite. I mean, top-notch cuisine, great ingredients, impeccable service, and just
It's a dynamite place. It
hospitality.
really is
He's a
great.
nice guy.
Yeah.
Aventura. Oh, Angelo
Yeah.
Elia.
No, he's fantastic.
Yes.
He's been doing it a long time, and again, he is also a partner in some vineyards, and that was the wine we had last night.
I gotta
at
say
the
they're
restaurant
serious
Western.
about their freaking wine. They
Oh,
have
they-
over
they're-
18,000 bottles just in that one
Really.
It's-
establishment, the one location.
I'm a wine guy, and every time I see that wine wall and cellar, I
amazing.
just start drooling.
It's amazing.
It's not a pretty sight, but go in Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, 1201 North Federal Highway, Aventura. They're just south of Gulfstream Park. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're coming back to wrap this up. Lenore, unbelievable. And then you got
Thank
all
you.
these desserts, which
Yeah, I'll fix it.
some
We'll be
really
doing a
crazy
little
stuff. All right, we're
dessert.
coming back
Yeah.
in a moment. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're at Gilbert 17th Street Grill, also known as Badass Burgers. And Lenore, you
Yes.
look a little frantic. You've got the desserts in front
No,
of
we're
us.
missing. You asked for key lime pie, and I forgot
I didn't
it.
ask for
Oh.
anything. It must have
Somebody
been Lubie.
said.
I haven't said anything. I don't ask for. They bring
Did you
out
ask
Yeah,
me
he
amazing
said it.
orders
He
here.
said. It's
Do I
Somebody
look like a
brought it
guy
up,
that's going to
definitely.
be asking for sweets at this point in my life?
Oh, I
This
hope not.
cheesecake, by the
This
way,
is-
which
this-
is your specialty.
This is my cheesecake and my blueberry
and you're
sauce.
dying with this recipe. You wouldn't even give it to your daughter when you were out sidelined.
No.
Is that right?
No,
No?
no,
No,
No.
she's not even lying about it.
no.
Nobody's
you know
getting
where I keep the recipes?
I don't want to even guess.
I keep them in the glove compartment of my car.
Oh, really?
Well, now you just told the whole world.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
they,
then
they don't know what
that's their
kind of
car.
car.
Imagine there's a
Yeah.
break-in in the car, and they leave all of the electronics and everything. They just take
They're
this
going to
recipe
take the
book.
cheesecake
Recipes.
recipe, but it looks. I mean, again,
Yeah,
and
it's
this is
good, okay.
something that is, not as sugary,
Oh,
and
listen
something that as long as I don't put that blueberry compote on it,
Okay,
Why don't you?
I think
try
my
a little
doctors would
blueberry.
say that it's almost okay.
Yeah, there you go.
almost okay.
Very nice. What do you think?
That's
Creamy.
Yeah.
The balance, not too sweet at all. It's just, and having that top layer where it just kind of like set it, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like a little bit of a, I don't know what you call it. It's just a brown, like
It's not a
crust.
crust.
Yeah,
No,
it's not a
just the
crust.
top.
It's just the way it comes out after
Well,
it's being.
because it's a
baked.
convection oven, so the air blows around it. So that's why you get that brownish top because it starts to
This-
cook.
If I were you,
Oh, look
Put it
out.
over there.
I would not just keep that recipe in my glove compartment, but I would try to monetize that in a big way.
Pull it down.
Maybe kind of
Oh,
like
this looks
sell it
phenomenal.
to
That's for
somebody
you.
for big bucks because that is a winning cheesecake recipe. But then
Mayo man, you got to get in on
it
this
wouldn't be.
key lime
I'm
pie
not
too.
doing key
No?
lime pie.
No key
It's
lime
just
pie?
a regular.
He's being very good with
I'm
sweets.
just-
I will give him
just-
credit on that.
Concentrating. I mean, that's
All right.
you're most proud of that, right?
Yeah, but I think I'm most proud of my key lime pie. To
Okay.
be perfectly honest,
Consider it among the best in the
Because
city, if not the best. Are
It-
they going to do a key lime pie thing at the Sun Center? Because Lenore's right back in there.
All right,
Knocking
I'm
on the
gonna,
door.
I'm
Oh.
gonna go back. Well, but you did give your daughter this recipe, and she
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to
But-
replicate it last
and
summer.
it didn't happen.
Wow.
It didn't
Her
happen.
You
pie
said that,
was-
not me.
No,
Her
she
pie was
said it.
fantastic.
She had the
Louis, that
taste
is
down.
amazing,
The
yeah.
No.
consistency sometimes was a
Saw it
little
on the
too.
TV.
It was not good.
I thought it was very
But-
good.
Beth is
The
probably
consistency
watching.
was not
There are
as. It was not as thick as yours is.
There,
That was Mike Mayo's
it's
critique.
called my job security.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know,
You gotta-
I guess there's just a touch. This is a Rocky Road cookie. This is a chocolate chip cookie,
That looks great.
mini marshmallows, walnuts, and the shiny stuff is turbinado sugar.
Turbinado sugar.
Yeah, I use
Good for you.
turbinado sugar. It makes
I'll
it pretty.
explode if I eat that. And then
Yeah, those are
the Rice
Beth.
Krispie
This
treats
thing's
Yeah,
pretty
Beth
sick,
makes
yeah.
those for the kids.
with every candy bar invented
Yes,
by the
yes.
Hershey's company.
So,
It's like
and we-
a whole vending machine on there.
We
It's
know-
amazing. Yeah.
but it's a
I'm
very,
not having that.
it's a very easy way. If people are here with kids, you can buy
Keeps
one
them
of
busy.
them,
Yep.
and you can cut it in quarters,
Yep.
and 4 people are eating it, so they're not going for
All
a
of it.
lot of money for dessert for kids.
All of it dynamite.
You know.
Really good.
Well,
Oh,
you
the
have
food-
outdone
the food is
yourself
good.
once again.
Lenore, you
Lenore.
did it, kid. You
Thank
really
you
did
so
it.
much for
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
talking to me and hosting
You're
us
welcome.
here. It really is. This is
You know,
tremendous
I-
cheesecake.
Thank you.
It's a
Is it
beautiful
good?
thing. I don't know if there's anything else on the agenda. I think I had something else, but I totally blanked out.
What?
No, that's it. We're done.
Tomorrow will be a
We're fine.
shenanigans.
Oh,
The one and
shenanigans.
only
We'll,
Patrick
See?
we
Utter,
will-
who I'm sure is loving his Panthers in the
will be
finals.
sports heavy, sports intensive tomorrow. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. Come on out here to Gilbert 17th Street Grill. They're open. I know what I wanted to ask you because you're open 6 days a week. You're
Closed on
closed on
Sunday.
Sundays. Now that it's summertime, do you guys ever take vacations? Or you kind of alternate so you can kind of leave for a week and then your
Yeah,
daughter and son will
yeah.
run the shop?
The chef and my daughter can go away. They take a vacation.
But the shop itself doesn't like close for 2 weeks or anything.
No.
Okay, because some
No.
places
what
around
would they
town.
do without us?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what they do without you and this cheesecake. Are
It's good.
you going anywhere for the summer? You
No,
just
I
going-
don't know. No.
Okay.
I mean, we all take extra days off, so it's not like
That's good.
we
You
work.
deserve
Well, It
definitely
seems to work
a
very
little bit
well.
of downtime because that work-life balance is so important.
Right.
As I'm living proof. Like
Yes.
Jeff
There you go.
All right, that's gonna do it. We'll see you at Shenanigans tomorrow. On Wednesday, we'll be at Luke's Seafood in Davie.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Nice.
Thursday, we're gonna be at Pizza Craft. Our friend Mark
Good.
Falsetto, instead of going for the tacos, they're doing some new menu items and have tweaked some of the pizza offerings at Pizza Craft downtown in Hamarshi. So that'll be Thursday. And then back at Gulfstream for Belmont at Saratoga.
Oh,
Right. That's going to be good.
It's going to be exciting on Saturday. Taste of the Track, Joe Beja. I'm going to be there Friday and Saturday.
As well.
And I did speak with my buddy, the assistant trainer to Ken McPeak. He's back up on his feet, feeling much better. And he was headed to Saratoga yesterday. He's going to be texting me all kinds of hot tips, hopefully. So let's see. All right.
I'm waiting
it's
for
a
this.
I think
The
it's a-
singers are going to run out of breath.
No, you can just keep hitting it. You can keep
Enjoy
going.
every burger, enjoy every cheesecake, and enjoy every sandwich.
Please, gentlemen,